Really. So what's that? 28-45. What should Arsenal get from their next 4 Premier League games? Let's say 5. It just seems a bit more professional. Let's look at the fixture calendar list. One sec, people. I'll draw it up for you lot. Because obviously we've got 2 big tests. We've got Crystal Palace. You should be relishing it. Vieira and that. Once you think of the Vieira, you know what he's on. We've obviously got Villa, who it's a revenge thing. They ain't got Grealish, yes, but we need revenge. Boy, I don't know. I don't know. Let's look, man. Let's look, broski. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna exclude the cup game against Leeds, obviously, because that's probably part of our 5 games. I think that's after Villa. I can't be sure, but yeah, obviously against Leeds you want to win. But as you lot can see here, what Crystal Palace 1, 2 with Villa, 3 with Leicester, 4 with Watford, 5 with Liverpool. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, Joe Willett Derby. Joe Willett's gonna come back and have something to say when we welcome Newcastle on November the 27th. And even in that game, going back to last year, this is what I mean. Are the players looking at what we did against certain teams last year? Because again, generally, some of you have played a couple of times against Watford, and Watford hasn't been plain sailing. Anfield, our performances at Anfield have been a joke. We've not, the best we probably did is when Ainsley Maitland-Niles scores the equal, scored the opener, and then they battered us. We've done well against them in the cup a couple of occasions of recent years, but that's about it. Newcastle, we struggled to break them down. If you lot remember, I swear that's the game Smith Rowe scored or something. Or I might be thinking of the FA Cup, but either way, I'm sure there was a game against Newcastle. Steve Bruce tried to be more attacking in the second half, and that's where the gaps were opening up. But in the first half, we couldn't do much. And if I go scroll up to the top, you lot all remember what happened against Crystal Palace. We couldn't break them down. We was relying on Kieran Tierney. To break them down. So again, I hope the players have learned from the past, and obviously the manager. Ironically, Xhaka made a mistake against Leicester, but Leicester away was one of our probably best performances last season. Again, Leicester is not an easy team to play. Neither is Aston Villa. And again, they've got players who want to beat us. They did bits against us last season across the 3 games. So these are tough targets, man. Obviously, when I look at it, you should be beating Palace. You should be beating Villa. I'll take a point against Leicester, even though their form, you should be moving to them. So I'd say from these 3 games, a serious team looks to get 9 because, Palace, you should be beating them regardless. Villa, I think their form, you should be beating them, although Martinez and these guys are going to do the most. Leicester, I'll take a point, but their form, you should be getting away with something. So you should be looking at 9 points. Personally, I think I don't know, man, because a part of me thinks you should be looking at 9 points. Part of me thinks 6. A part of me thinks you might get 5. Knowing Arsenal, you could very much get 3. We all know what happened when Nuno won Manager of the Month in August. How did the next month work out for Spurs? Is that going to be it for us? So again, I don't think you can just look at the names. But what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Obviously, knowing Arsenal, we could win at Anfield and do some nonsense in other games, but boy, I don't know, man. A serious team, you need to get more than 9 points should be minimum across the first 4 games. You said, people, 9 to 12 points. But what? I want to beat Palace. I think we might. So it's not gonna be easy. But I'd say 3 points against Palace, 3 points against Villa, a draw against Leicester. So that's what my maths is poor. That's 7 points. I'd say you should be getting 7 to 10 points against Watford. But in reality, I can see us dropping points against Leicester. I can see us drawing against Watford. Probably could lose to Palace or Villa because, again, I don't know what I'm going to get with this Arsenal team. Despite the form, I still don't know what I'm going to get with this Arsenal team. I don't know what you're on. But, yeah, man, you should be beating Palace. That's 3. Villa, you should be winning. That's 6. I'd say 7 because I think we're going to draw at Leicester, even though I don't want it to be the case. You should be beating Watford. You should be aiming for 10 points minimum going into that Liverpool game because realistically, I want to beat Liverpool. I want to do all of these things, but realistically, that's probably a write-off. Let's just go there, apply ourselves, leave with some self-respect. And again, it's very difficult for me as well to say we can win these games because goals, as stupid as it is, goals win games. I can't say we're always, we was quality against Spurs in the first half and in terms of scoring, but we're not scoring enough goals. Goals win games. If you're not putting the ball in the back of the net, how are you winning it? Sort of thing. And for me, there's been times like I look at the the Burnley one, if they get a penalty, that's 2 points dropped. Norwich, if Gabriel and Cedric don't slide, that's points dropped as well. We're not killing games. The Spurs game, I like that we got 3 goals up, because if you remember the first half, we needed that second goal because it looked like there was a 5-minute passage. Spurs were starting to wake up. Obviously, we got the third, and there was obviously margins. It could have went different, but we would have had, we would have been able to save face basically. Now, I know we've had a couple 1-0 results, and I know we've improved defensively, but I think any Arsenal fan who says they're convinced with our defensive ability or convinced with our level of defending consistently, I think you lot are lying personally. So that defense can still be got at. It's still a young and naive defense, and you're going to get some street smart individuals. You've got Danny Ings, can't afford to switch off. And other Ollie Watkins as well, being around the block. Leicester, Vardy still, still life in the old boots, I guess. Crystal Palace in form, got nothing to lose, really. People expect them to lose that. And Vieira probably wants to, show Arsenal and Arteta what needs to happen. Again, Vieira probably knows if I beat Arsenal, Arteta might be closer to the sack. Daniel Ek comes in. Me, Henry and Bergkamp can be part of the consortium. So it's a techie one still. But if you're serious, you should be aiming for 10 points going into that Leicester game, going into this Liverpool game. Apologies. I don't know, man, because in Arsenal, we could lose to Palace, beat Villa, draw against Leicester. Bare things could happen. Like, it's brazy, really and truly, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, Arsenal not beating my Palace, bro. Sorry, but I hope Vieira throws the game for us, man. Zaha's probably going to spoil things. Palace are very dangerous. Plus, they score now. We have become a cup club, to be honest. I want the FA Cup, to be fair with you. They are dangerous. We should be picking up 10 points. I won't mind picking up draws against Leicester or Villa, though. I think you meant to say Villa will be difficult. They always give us a game. Facts. I swear there was a game at the Emirates one time. I swear Pepe scored a penalty and that. It was brazy. I'm sure when Saka was first breaking into the team, I'm sure it might have been Emre. Saka was playing wavy and he clipped him at half time. I swear I was at that game and he got booed in that. Well, not Saka, but I'm sure I was, man. I could be gassing though. Villa, listen, don't just because I've said Arsenal can win games, don't take it like I think it's a foregone conclusion, because Arsenal have got no divine right. I can't convincingly say, I'm only answering this because one of you asked me, I can't convincingly say Arsenal are going to beat Palace. I'm not quite there as an Arsenal fan where I can look at a run of games and say, yo, that's the run. I didn't expect us to take 10 points from a possible 12. I didn't expect that at the start. Hit the like button if you haven't. 213 locked in. So we'll have to see. It's brazy. Palace, brazy. Villa, brazy. Leicester, brazy. And obviously, when you start scrolling down and that, November, again, Watford, don't know what's going to happen there. Liverpool, again, it's all about the performance for me. Bro, November's peak. Look at it. Watford, newly promoted side, Ismail Assar and all those sort of things. Liverpool at Anfield, Newcastle at home, Man United to end the month. And actually, remember what happened the last time we beat United at Old Trafford in the next run? Obviously, bro, I'm looking at half of these games and I'm remembering last year. And I hope the players have this. Disgraceful at Anfield last year. Leicester, we did what we needed to do, but at home it was terrible. Villa, wherever we played them, we was crap last year. Didn't kill off that game in the first half against Newcastle. Fair enough, you did your thing against United, but United, if I remember, had a couple of injuries and whatnot. Again, we was poor against Everton, poor from set pieces. And one thing that annoyed me, I remember Yerry Mina and Michael Keane playing the centre mids basically. Southampton, I'm always scared at Southampton, but I swear we dropped points against them as well. West Ham are an informed team. I don't need to tell you a lot about Ellen Road. I don't need to tell you about Carrow Road. Listen, Wolves we pissed about last year. January, what fantastic start to the year. You've got Man United at Man City, apologies, at home. You've got to travel to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Burnley, and again, 2 of these 3 sides, they're going to want revenge. City is the business end of the window. They're going to want to just, welcome in the new year properly. So I'm not going to scroll down even further, but you get it, people. It's a bit mad. DG, we've only scored 4 open play goals in 7 league games this season. Should Arteta go if he doesn't sort out the attacking system this year? I mean, that's one of the reasons he should. It's not a lot of what Arsenal is doing is not sustainable. Let's be honest. Even the wins were going on, then it's not sustainable. Like, let's be real. I'm not trying to be negative, but people only want to talk about it when we drop points. It's not sustainable. I'm not asking for us to be amazing. By our own standards, we've done better, but it's not sustainable. That Spurs game, it goes different on another day. Brighton, it goes different. Sometimes the luck runs out. Sometimes football's weird. We might be playing amazing and not able to pick up points. The narratives are going to shift. It's all about how good you can be at your worst. is going to make the difference among everything. And it seems currently Arsenal need too many variables for us to play well. Fair enough. We walked away with a point against Brighton. Fans need to admit that we're not always going to win. But same way, we knew as Arsenal fans, it's raining, it's wet, it's windy, it's nighttime, 12th man. We just knew it weren't gonna be a game for us like that. We knew it weren't. So if we think that, what is Graham Potter and them Brighton boys saying? What is every other team saying? So I'm not even sure, man. I'm not not sure at all. Last season, how many easy chances were missed which turned potential wins into draws? Facts. You need to kill games in the Prem. Like, you can't play around with your prey. Kill the target, neutralize it, and walk away with the points. Again, to a degree, like against Spurs, we killed off the game in the first half. So the kind of nonsense that we got away with, it is cool. Because if every Arsenal fan's real, there was a point in that second half we're 3-0 up. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't believe we was going to win, but you did kind of feel things could go different. I honestly thought it was going to end up 3-2. Maybe with Arsenal, maybe something happening there, if that makes sense. So it's a brazy one, man. Oh my, it don't matter about being late, man. It don't matter. And again, I think Arsenal fans need to become accustomed to you not win. I think Arsenal fans assume that you can't win every game. Like, I'm not saying that as an excuse, but we're not City and them teams there. We're not gonna win every game. Yeah, I know it's great. With 10 points from 12, we're doing all right, but we can't win every game. And I felt that, on one hand, Brighton, we could have turned up, we should have done a lot more, but come on now, point for us against Brighton. I'm not condoning it, but it's a good point. Let's be realistic and remember exactly where Arsenal football our club are again. Mad unpredictable, and it's that occasional thing of you don't quite know what Arsenal is going to turn up, really. So yeah, man, big up whoever answered that question. I can't find the comment, but that was a great one, man.